All right, ladies and gents, we have a special episode today. I am joined with Kruggers13.
I'm
How's it going, man?
good. I'm Kruggers13 now, by the way. I'm growing, I'm changing.
That's so good to hear. Shit. I'm proud of you. Um, First, I just want
Yeah.
to say thank you for doing this. Like, I messaged probably, I don't know, 7 Diablo 2 content makers. You're the only one that responded. So, thank you.
Well, that's funny because when you messaged me, I felt like, well, I'm a big shot now. People
Definitely.
want to know me, but now I realize
It's true. It's true. Like, I don't know.
I
I didn't
really
know.
get I get less than I go on to my like YouTube thing like not every day, but I think I get, like less than one comment a day. So I see like every comment that I get and I often respond.
I'm gonna jump down my list of questions because you brought something up that I was actually thinking about. Do you ever just because I'm the same way. I don't like to be always logged into my Diablo 2 account. I don't I don't know, like a lot of backseat gaming comments, I guess, and like just sort of mean shit sometimes. Like, how do you deal with that?
Yeah, I think I don't mind a little internet fight or whatever. But yeah, it is I think it doesn't get on my nerves exactly, but it's just like I do get a lot of comments on my videos, like I play a certain way, which my way is like I downloaded the game, I opened it up, and I play it. And that is the version I play. You know what I mean? I don't, everyone has like the plug wide, the this and that, and people get on my videos and they go, like I made an enchantress, and the whole point of the video is like, can you like make this build work in vanilla single player? And people comment like, you should really have a dream. You should have like a dream helm and shield. I'm like, word, like, I don't know. It's just like, I'm not like stupid. Like, I do know the rune words exist to
Yeah,
use.
they had to have an idea. Like, if they, you're pretty prolific, I would say, in terms of like, let's see, your first video. I did a little research was in 2017. You started with your zealot, and then
uh,
you released your last video about 2 months ago. And people have to know that we've played for a while and we know about these things, but yet you still always get like, you should use fortitude. That's the one I always get.
yeah, I know. I get that. And like, yeah, and grief and like all these one and like word. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. So I don't know if I'm that prolific anymore though. When I started, I was just playing totally by myself for like several years, kind of, not intensely, but off and on. And then I just had this moment like, I'm just gonna put some of these on YouTube and see what people think. And I really thought that I would just, I had however many characters I had, and I really thought I would just put them on, and then I would just leave it forever. I'd make like 7 or 8 videos and be like, those are my builds, and that was
Yeah,
done.
yeah,
Uh, So, and so then I kind of had like well, I came in with a big backlog of like, I could just make a video of every uh, character. So I got distracted by a bug in my room.
you're
I could
good.
make a video of every character, and but then I ran out of characters, and then I had to like. But I kind of started having fun doing it, so I was like, oh, I have to think of things, but I really couldn't think of that many things, so I
I'm
stopped.
I'm there with you, man. Like, it's actually very, I don't know, just it gives you a lot of encouragement when you find channels, which is why like your channel was really cool because I connected with the content you put up, and so it made me want to play more. I noticed for a while, there was something in the middle of your channel there that you were toying with the idea of doing weekly finds, but it only lasted probably was that 2 episodes, 1 episode. One? Hey, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
judge. I don't judge.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, because I think I was playing a lot in that moment. Uh, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. This is like a good content thing. And you do it with your like serendipity videos, which I do watch, by the way.
Thank you, man.
And and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this because I had a particularly strong week that week too, and I was like,
Hmm.
dang, like here you go. And people like would ask me how I find stuff, and sometimes people like accuse me of like using hero editor or something, or it's like, yo, I have like a doesn't bother me really, but I think it's silly. I'm like, no, it's my life is much sadder than that. Like I really found this stuff.
I know
I wish
exactly the feeling. Yeah. Sorry.
I wish I just created it in a second, but I literally spent so many hours that I could have been using to like connect with other people on the planet Earth, but this is what I chose to do.
You know what? Like, I don't feel so bad when I think about it, like, cause I had a grandmother who her thing was like solitaire, and she probably learned how to play it at a young age, and then even up before she passed away, she always played solitaire, and I kind of look at that as almost like my generation's solitaire. If I just want to chill out, I'll put on some Diablo and do some runs or something like that. Would you look
Yeah.
at it that sort of that way?
Yeah, that's how I think of it. I noticed that so I stopped playing Diablo 2. I don't know. I had a neighbor who was into it, and he got me into it. And then I stopped playing after like seventh or eighth grade or something, and I didn't play for years. And then I tried Diablo 3 when it came out, and it was like terrible. And we don't have to go into that, but that gave me like the hankering, and I started playing it single player, and just kind of off and on. And I just had my Zealer, which was my first character that I ever made, and I was just like, I'm just going to beat the game with this. But it just kind of got addicting. But I actually noticed that because it's kind of connected to like my childhood for me, that I turned to Diablo 2 in like moments of like sort of like stress or anxiety in my life, or like times where like I have life changes, and I'll like start playing Diablo 2 as a way to like, like zone out. And yeah, and many people waste tons of time, you know,
I agree.
and this is my method of wasting a little time. Yeah.
And I think it's pretty cool that we can do that little time waste and maybe get some footage to put on a channel and, give people a better day or inspire them to have fun playing.
Yeah, it is the YouTube thing is fun. Like I do get some little good interactions, and people have good ideas sometimes. Like some people have really good comments and suggestions. And I'm like, word. And I have like made videos or like done things from comments people have made. And yeah.
That's awesome. I wanted to ask you, so it looks like Diablo 2 Resurrected is coming out in September, I believe. And you don't use anything like to enhance your game, like out of the box. I'm guessing you got 1.14. Isn't that what the latest update is?
Yeah, I do have that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you at least updated the game, but you don't have Golem Mule, you don't have any rune words enabled, so it's very likely that you'll be okay if you could import your characters.
Oh yeah, can I do that?
I think that's what they said. We can import our characters, but I don't know if we're gonna run into any hiccups if we have like extra things like that,
Yeah, I wonder about that. I do have like tons of shit in Go Mule, but honestly, I like once I found that I could download Go Mule, I just started like hoarding. Like I have tons of shit that I really don't need, and I'm like very likely never going to use. But just like a lot of like, oh, just in case of this, I have like I have like a thing for armors. I have like so many socketed armors. I have so many. Like, I have just a bunch of low, shitty runes that I have no need for, but just to have them available.
Dude, I have the same, but it's like if I ever do like a crafting video or something, like you never know. So you just save it.
Yeah. And, I have lots of crap. Rings, amulets that I'll never use, but I'll find a ring. I'm like, this is like sort of kind of good. Or like, I'll find a ring that it's like not that good, but it's good for like level 23. I'm like, this is a good level 23 ring. Let me keep it. But I'm never going to use it on a final character.
I know exactly what you mean. The reason I bring that up is if we ran into a hiccup with importing the characters and we had to start fresh for some reason, what character do you think you'd want to start with? Like, I'm going to assume the Blizzards or like a sorceress or something, but I was just curious.
Yeah, honestly, like it is like if you're starting to like magic find to get stuff, I think everyone's like the Blizzard Sorc is kind of the best, is it not? Because you could do so much. Like you could do Helmeth, and you could do Ancient Tunnels, and you could even kind of do Pindle with like very shitty gear. With a Blizz Sorc. But yeah, like on my single player, I started with a Zealer, and my wealth accumulation was incredibly slow.
Oh yeah,
So
melee character, man.
yeah, so like, and I was just like playing through and doing pit runs infinitely, and just like I was like just doing it to do it. But eventually, I found a, I made a, what did I don't know. Somehow I made another character from stuff I found from that, and then I made a Hammerden. And once started making a Hammerden, and I got able to do like real runs. Yeah, my wealth, the stuff I had, whatever, you know what I mean, like, really took off from there.
Definitely, definitely, man. I was going to also ask you, just it's a Diablo 2 channel. What would you say your favorite class is?
Um, I really love the paladin character. Um, yeah, the paladin is. I like melee builds in general. I like builds like even my caster builds, like my sorceress builds. I make them so that they're kind of builds where you have to get close and you kind of have to get in it and like, so I like jumping into a group and clicking away and hitting stuff. I don't really like being a caster just like from a screen away, like killing stuff. To me, that's I don't know, that's a little boring. So, but a paladin to me, I think it's such a cool class. It's I don't know, it's arguably overpowered, frankly. But they just have this great like toolbox. You can like really solve every situation with a paladin. You could you can make different kind of elemental zealers. You could have a hammered in, like it's a whole caster build available,
Oh, I
and you
agree,
have
man. I agree.
Ensadors. Like it's just like really well thought out and like very cool. And there are lots of builds with Hammerden's.
Definitely, definitely. With all the elemental zealots, it's cool because you always can incorporate that little bit of physical damage with whatever element you choose.
Yeah, like just the ability to like switch auras, and and Zeal is very good. Like Zealer is the best melee play character, I think. Actually, Dobrunsky just made a video about that. I'm like, yeah, we all know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Speaking of which, do you watch very many other Diablo 2 content creators, or do you have like a certain small group, or do you just watch everything? Like, what's your thing?
There are like, because when I started, I feel like there weren't a ton of people. I felt like there were like 10 or fewer or something, or maybe there were. I don't know. There's some people. I don't know how many there are, frankly. But I try to. I sort of. I have a like. I do everything in Chrome, but I have my. I have like my YouTube, my Diablo 2 YouTube stuff loaded up in Mozilla Firefox. And what I'm saying is I go in there and I go on YouTube, and it's just I have a pure Diablo 2 YouTube like separate thing. And yeah, so I do watch like Dobrunsky's videos. And I do watch, this guy I just started who's this guy Cooley. This
Mm.
motherfucker he has great videos, and this motherfucker knows everything.
Yeah,
Like
he's rising fast. It's being recommended to me all the time, and he's like in the 30K views. Like, and he releases a video 2 days before, and it's already got that many views. It's impressive.
yeah, I mean he's good. I've watched some of like Mr. Llama does these like kind of long streams and speed runs and stuff. I don't really watch that, but he has some good stuff. Like he knows a shit ton about the game too. He has this series of videos about like maps and like how to find your way around different maps that I
Oh
watched.
yeah, yeah, I saw that one too. Yeah.
I was like, I did not know any of that shit. I don't know. It's funny. It's a kind of a funny little niche world where like I really respect like game knowledge, and people like that, like Llama and Cooley especially. Cooley, it seems like I love Cooley's channel because when I was playing on BattleNet back in the day, I was always like, you'd see these like I don't know, we call them hacked or bugged items or like duping runes, and it's just like I was just totally on the outs, like who is doing this? How does this happen? I had no idea.
Oh
And
yeah.
he like knows about all that shit. I'm like he's like answering so many questions from from like literally like 15 plus years ago from my life. And
Yeah.
it's good stuff.
There's he brought out a video blah, blah. He had a video where he was explaining something about a bugged armor that you can only get in an old patch, and I was honestly just blown away by that. Yeah, I didn't. There were so many little things like that I didn't know. Um,
Yeah. There's lots of cool shit. And I had like seen some of that stuff, but it's a cool it's a cool little world of like these like '08 Valks, and like I think these items are legit. Like you just there's certain accounts I guess people have just had since '08, just updated and just kept these items, and it's kind of amazing. It's like archaeology or something, you know?
Yeah, seriously. You know, it's like I didn't play online a ton, so even when I did, I didn't know why some characters looked a little different when you're just sitting in a lobby down there in the bottom. And I
Yeah.
had no idea, like the mods would look different and stuff like that. I had no idea.
Yeah, yeah. Back in the day, I was like, I always played BattleNet, and I was like, not a total noob, but I mean, I was pretty young at this point. This was like, but I had some decent gear, but I made a video recently where I was talking about like back in the day, you could be like a sort of semi not noob, and you could go into Diablo 2 and like own some noobs, and it was fun. There were like a lot of like mid-range players. But I don't know, recently, the most recent times, and this I'm already talking about a few years ago still, that I tried to go into BattleNet, like everyone who's still playing the game is like a fucking expert, like fanatic, and they have amazing, you know. So I was like, I can't. And there are all these bots were running every leveling game, which I never saw back in the day. I mean, occasionally you saw a bot, but like this was like they were running every game, and I was like, okay, well, I was like, you know, I could never catch up, and there was just nothing to do. So that's really why I started playing single player.
Interesting. I guess I wanted to jump back to one of the questions I asked you earlier, but I sort of went off track there.
Okay.
Let me see. How do I formulate this? When I was talking to you about your video schedule, have you ever considered about like having a normal set schedule, or like does your life just not fit that anymore? Or...
You know, to be honest, like, you know, I played a little bit. I played for like 20 minutes like 2 days ago, and that was the first time I played in like a while. And like, I basically don't play these days. I mean, like I said in one video, like I went to law school. I'm in law school. I have an internship, but it's like I have like a quite like real life going on.
Oh, congratulations, man! I had no idea. This is, by the way, this is my first time ever speaking with Kruggers, you guys. So
yeah, not trying to brag,
That's
but
awesome.
like, yeah. I don't know. I feel like people. I don't know what these video game people's lives are like, but like, you know, I do once in a while leave the house.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a full-time job myself, so like it's fun to do on the side, but I don't know either.
Yeah. But so like I don't know if there is one. I do want to make one more character and I really want to find a Burr rune or a Sir rune, because I think I have one Sir rune, and I want to make I have this cool circlet that I found. I don't even know if it's that good really, but it's 2 debarb skills. And you know, I've never found an Ariats, which is like a thing with me. Or I never found a non-Ariat.
I was just about to ask you, have you found Ariats yet? I guess I know the answer.
No.
Sorry.
It's so crazy. I don't know.
So random.
I watch your serendipity videos. I feel like every other one, there's a Ariats drop, and I'm just like, this is killing me.
I'm sorry, man. Like, right now I have a bone necro in the works, and I cannot, like, I've restarted my Grail probably like 3 times since I started my channel, and this time I cannot find a homunculus for the life of me for this bone necro. So
yeah. Really, like certain things like that's like, oh my, yeah. Diablo 2, like the RNG is like so annoying sometimes.
Seriously. Have you ever found a Zod by chance?
No. I made a Zod, and I made the E-bots because I think I found 3 Chams, or maybe I took a couple Jaws and like put it up to a Cham. Weird thing about the rune word Jaw is like I actually feel like it's not that useful in outside of the what am I saying? The ladder only rune words I think use Jaws a lot, but
what is it? Where is Last Wish? Remind me, is that on the normal or is that ladder?
I think that's ladder. That's ladder.
Yeah, so Enigma, I guess, and I don't know what else.
I don't. For some reason, I found like I think I have like four, maybe three or four jaw runes laying around, and it's like jaw runes are pretty fucking rare. And I just like I'm like I cannot use these because I never find burr runes, and I would just make enigmas all the time. But anyway, so one more build I really want to make is like a frenzy barb because I have this circlet. It's 2 barb skill, 20 faster run walk, 20 cast rate. And I think it has a little bit of all resistance, like 7 or something like that, maybe 5. And then it has life steal. So it's like kind of a cool helmet.
Dude, you're gonna be so incredibly fast. That's ridiculous. Sorry.
And so I really want to make this. I want to make, and I've been thinking about it for a while. I'm having a lot of trouble actually because I really want to make a dual Hodo on the Switch, Enigma wearing teleporting frenzy barb.
Wow.
And just to have like crazy run walk, like crazy like teleport, and just have kind of a stupid build. But I'm running into a problem, which is kind of always a problem when you don't have Annie and Torch, which is like resistances.
Yeah, because you're getting all resist from Ariats, and if you're not rocking that, yeah.
Yeah, and like so, obviously barbs have natural resist, and I'll probably use like a High Lords, or I also do have a Metal Grid, which is actually kind of cool, but I'll probably need the attack speed.
Oh, I need Metal Grid. I want to use that one so bad. Sorry.
I gotta say, yeah, and I got a pretty good roll on mine. I was pretty happy. It's like, oh wow. And I really want to use it on something. I don't even know what to use it on.
It's so cool. Like straight attack rating, armor, all resist. I don't even remember what else.
It's very cool. There's something about, I don't know, like it's like a level 81 requirement. It's a very cool amulet.
Attack rating as well. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so I want to. That's like my next character, or hopefully maybe it'll never happen. But I don't know what weapons to use. Originally, I really wanted to use like a Death Cleaver and Lacerator for the amp damage. But I think, but then I would have no resistance like from anywhere. So I need. And then I was thinking about making it like a Schaefer's, but Schaefer's might be too slow, and I don't have one.
Do you have the Scourge, the Schaefer's version of a Scourge? I don't forget what that's called.
I do have. I have a couple of those.
What are those called, dude? I'm like forgetting.
Stormlash?
Stormlash, thank you. There we are.
Yeah, those are really good. Yeah, those are really good.
Oh yeah. If I like a Schaefer's Stormlash build would be sick. But I don't know.
Yeah. I thought about mastery. And I thought about what if I just did use like dual Stormlash? Like fuck.
That'd be awesome as well. But does it scale at 1 like the other maces? I forget. Like it goes 1, like the minimum damage is only 1 or whatever, and then all the way up.
Yeah.
Okay. But it wouldn't be bad. It'd be good still. Yeah. It'd make it
work. Really, I mean, within the single player world, like it's very good because it's one of the very few, it has that CTC static field, and it's got lightning damage, so it's kind of it's really good.
I wanted to ask you, do you play any other games, or is that like your only little side thing?
I only play Diablo 2. I'm really not. It's really a weird thing. Like, I'm not a gamer. I really don't play games. I really didn't play when I was growing up, I don't know, I played Halo with my friends. I played some Counter-Strike, some shooters, a little bit of Call of Duty, Call of Duty 2, early. Mm-hmm. But really, no, I'm not really a gamer much. I did go through a phase in 9th grade where I played a lot of Flash games. I didn't bother. I never wanted to buy a game or download a game, or maybe my computer has never been that great, and I've always had Macs. So I've played a lot of Flash games. But
did you play Balloons?
Yeah, man.
That game's awesome.
I played Bloons Tower Defense most.
Yeah, they just go up the path and you build towers, and yeah.
Yeah, I love those towers.
Those are fun. I like those.
Those are Yeah, I was a paralegal for a while, and I had a very kind of a boring job, and then sometimes I didn't have a lot to do, and I started playing Bloons Tower Defense again years later. I was like, this is good.
All right, I'm gonna do a little boomerang here. I want to go a bit from the main Diablo topic and come back with it, if that's cool. if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay. Hobbies? I don't know. Anything like, not gaming, like fishing or hiking or like anything like that?
Oh, I play drums. That's kind of my main other hobby. Sometimes I say reading, but I do some reading. It's weird. I mean, I do a lot of reading like for school now. But it's like nothing but reading, tons of reading. But, in my free time, I haven't been doing that much reading, but I do play drums.
That's awesome. And I played drums growing up myself. What kind of music do you like to play drums to, if you don't mind me asking?
No, I listen to like a lot of. I'm kind of a bit of an old man, I guess, because my parents are like sort of '60s hippie people, sort of, or they were. Yeah, so I listen to like a lot of kind of older music, like '60s, '70s music, like just that like kind of some classic rock, but also like some funk stuff.
Nice. As a drummer growing up, do you always get hit with that question when you talk to older people? Oh, dude, Neil Peart, man. You ever listen to Neil Peart? And it's like, yeah, Neil Peart's awesome. Rush is awesome. You ever try to play any Rush?
I actually don't love Rush as a band. I recognize that, I recognize that Neil Peart is a good drummer. I don't love them.
Agreed. I don't own an album, but I think everyone's like at one point or another did the drum beat to Tom Sawyer. So I don't know.
Yes, they have a few good songs that I like, but I've never been like a Rush fan. I've been more like some of my top guys are. Oh, I love Ringo. I love the Beatles. I love Mitch Mitchell from Hendrix.
Okay.
I had a big Keith Moon phase in 10th grade, and yeah, I don't know. Those are some of my bigger guys.
Was the drummer for Hendrix the same drummer his entire run? Because I did a cover of "Light My Fire" when I was really young, and I don't know, that guy was pretty good at drums.
Oh yeah, that's Mitch Mitchell. He's very good. Yeah, I mean, he's a really incredible drummer, and he's kind of underrated. He doesn't get talked about like, everyone talks about John Bonham or whatever.
Oh,
right?
definitely.
But Hendrix did have he did the band of Gypsies for a minute in like 1970 or 69, 70. He had Buddy Miles as a drummer, but then I think he went back to Mitchell. But yeah, for all the big songs that people know, it's Mitch Mitchell.
Awesome, man. So you're a drummer who plays Diablo 2 and is working on your law degree. Did I get that right? Okay. And now I'm gonna do that boomerang thing, like I said, and swing back on your video where you discussed Diablo 2 Resurrected. It was almost like a lot of sarcasm, so I couldn't what do you really think? Like, I want to know.
Yeah, I do not remember what I said.
Yes, like it was all over the place.
Honestly, I was just like, oh, people are talking about this, like, and I just made a video just like, I gotta say, this is the reason my videos are like not good. Like, I watched Dabrowski's videos, and he does like a very tight, good build video in like 12 minutes, and I'm like, wow, because I literally just like log in and start talking, just like with like literally zero plan. And there have been times where I've made a video and it's gone for like 33 minutes, and I just throw it out and make it.
Just like improvise the entire thing, huh?
So I'm just like rambling. I don't know, and I'm just such a fucking rambler. I don't talk that much in normal life, but then I guess I get on to Diablo 2. And anyway, so yeah, Diablo 2 Resurrected, like, it looks cool. I hope they don't fuck it up in some way. But yeah, it looks cool, and if they use a light touch to make some changes, I think that'd be very positive. Like the stacking runes thing, like, yeah, please do that. A shared stash, fantastic idea. Yeah, certain things, I wouldn't mind. You know what I always thought would be a cool thing? If they had like a unique version of every like item. There are a lot of...
I agree, dude, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like some more uniques.
I wanted a unique vortex shield, but I don't think that's...
Yeah, a unique vortex shield, the coolest, And it's one of those things that... What's fun about playing single player that I like is it makes you appreciate the game a little bit more, I think, because when you're on Battle.net, you have like these kind of cookie cutter like best builds, and you have these best pieces of equipment that are everything is best in slot. Mm-hmm. But when you're just playing the game through, you find some of these uniques that we would think of as basically crappy uniques.
Yeah.
But it's better than what you get from fucking Charcy. It's better than a random ass rare from, Mephisto. It's like, so there are a lot of items that have a lot of utility if you don't have a better item. Yeah, of course, right?
Oh yeah, definitely,
So
definitely.
it's fun. It's fun to have all these uniques. And I like things that, if you could create more possibilities, like buffing some weaker skills, creating, I don't want it to get into a situation where you have this kind of like, where I think Diablo 3 got into, this kind of like infinite power spiral upward, like everything getting
Oh
bigger and
yeah, like the world
bigger.
record videos and stuff. Yeah.
Whatever it is, like, I like that Diablo 2 is like a little bit, I don't know, it's kind of limited, and then you sort of are looking for these like very fine touch improvements here and there. Because you don't really need super amazing gear to beat the game at all.
No, clearly. I mean, watch the speedrunners. No, you really don't.
Yeah. And I think that's a fun thing about it. I think that's a cool thing about it.
Yeah, you gotta fine tune your character. You can have like that's going back to the comments of sort of backseat gaming. They always want to do best in slot, which I feel is kind of regurgitated. Like they just heard it from a forum or they did, like some channel, and they didn't really figure it out for themselves. I'll get those questions. It's like, I don't know which bow is better, but like just try it and see what feels better to you. You don't always have to do
Yeah.
best in slot. You'll get through the game fine.
Yeah, yeah. And that's like some of the videos or the builds that I'm most I don't know if I should use the word proud, but like but that for me that were the most fun to make. The characters were like my single player enchantress. Like it's like not a good build. But there's no cookie cutter single player enchantress for that reason. The cookie cutter is to use dual dreams and have infinity merc and shit, and I'm like, well, I can't do any of that, so like, can I make this work at all? And I sort of finally did. And the gear is not incredible. It's not hard to find, really, at all. But
What is that sword, by the way, that allows zeal? I forget.
shit, I don't. I can't remember the names of these.
I'll have to pull up Area Summit. That's like the go-to.
It's not Splendor, right? It's not Splendor.
No, not Splendor. It's got to be something else. I'm gonna pull it up. Anyway.
Yeah, it's so that was a fun build to make, and like I made a boson, and I made like 2 or 3 versions of it, and it's like there's not a lot of, especially because at first I didn't have a wind force. I used like a gold strike, and so there was like not a lot of cookie cutter. There wasn't no set cookie cutter build for it.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, it's passion. By the way.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So stuff like that is fun to do, just to be like, well, I don't have these pieces of gear, and like, can I, how do I make this work? And like one of my early builds that probably, like, I think it may have been my second or third video ever. I made this like a full Nats assassin that used the freeze, like the claw of ice claw, whatever you call it.
The ethereal one, the ethereal claw. I remember I really liked that video too.
And I was like, I just kind of figured out this kind of weird assassin build to get through the game, where it's like you just like, it was a very weak build, but I just froze the shit out of everything, and it kind of worked.
I was impressed that you were using the dragon finisher that allowed you to teleport a lot. I never thought to do that, to like get over walls and the rivers and things like that. So that was really cool.
Oh yeah, that's a great skill. Yeah, assassins are pretty cool, actually. Yeah. I always wanted to make another video. I always wanted to do, which I really don't think, I'm not sure it could work, is some kind of a hybrid trapper or fire trapper or something. Like I always wanted to use the fire traps, but they're just like really not good.
Yeah.
They're just not good.
It's just fire late game. Like you have to be. That's something I'm working on right now. I wanted to have just a fire druid, because I found that that helmet that's the Raven lore, I believe it is, minus fire resistance.
Yeah.
And I just want him to run the Frozen Cellar and those Act 5 places. But like, there's literally no way I can level all the way to those places as the fire build without just absolutely skipping so much. So it's got to be a Wind Druid. I'll get to that point and switch it.
Yeah, and I always wanted to use like fire is bad in the game pretty much. Like I always wanted to use Hand of Justice because I had the runes for it, and I think it's cool. with the holy fire orb, but I always want to make a conviction zealer, and I thought maybe I could use holy fire, be a holy fire conviction zealer, but like,
Yeah,
I
would it still
it's
remove it? I don't know.
like if I use conviction and then I have I mean, this build could work, but it's like I don't know. It's just not very good. The fire is just not very good in the
Yeah,
game.
and it's expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very expensive rune word, and I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do this for? You know, like to use I think it has a very like a cham or something, like
Oh,
to make
that's right. That's where I use my only cham. Shit.
yeah. And I wanted to make the dragon scale shield. I wanted to make like a fire zealer, but I looked into the numbers and like holy fire is weak as fuck, and I was just like, all right, like you didn't do all this to have like 500 fire damage. Like
Seriously,
okay,
I think SPF Grape actually did a fire build on a Zella a while ago.
oh yeah, really? Okay, he has a cool channel too. Yeah,
I reached out to him. Like, I have no idea what that person sounds like, is, gender, or anything like that. But I asked him if they want to do an interview. So we'll see. We'll see if he responds.
yeah.
But I'm trying to think, like, what else have I got for you here? I
The
think
other thing
we. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I said the other thing I want to do in this video is I want to start some beefs. I want to.
You want to start some beef?
Water.
Oh,
just like fucking Dabrowski.
All right, let's I'll make it official. That which beef you want to start first? No, I don't know. Everyone's pretty laid back.
I actually really like most. I actually think Dabrowski is hilarious when I watch it. He's always like, "Let's jump in."
I look at him as the I don't know, the commercial, exactly what you'd want if you're presenting Diablo to an audience. Like, he's so family friendly. I mean, he swears occasionally, but I don't know.
But it doesn't fit him when he swears. It's like, what are you doing this for?
I'm gonna try the bitch word today. Let me see how that goes.
Yeah. Sanus would love Dabrowski, but not that he's gonna watch it. But he's like, yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, I think he's the most, probably him and Mr. Llama are very marketable in a game called The Devil.
Although his builds, like, I do watch his videos, but then like I watch his builds and it's like, okay, like they're all wearing Enigma and they have Infinity mercenaries.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Of course, this build works. Like, yeah, of course it works.
It's a guarantee. It's like drink water and eat food every day and sleep. You'll be all right. Like, okay, thanks. No, I get it. And like, he appeals to a very broad audience, which is cool and everything like that, you know. Doesn't play exactly the way I'd want to play. Like, I lost interest in Pluggy. I just wanted to play more like you do, like just out of the box, find my stuff. I just wanted a bigger stash, honestly. So
yeah, I mean, I do like expert stuff using Go Mule, and I have some mules and stuff, you know. But pretty much, I just play it how it is. And
nice,
I don't know. There are definitely some times where I'm like, oh man, like I kind of wish I could do Ubers. Like, I think it'd be fun, but I don't know. Like, torches are like, I don't know. Ubers is kind of like, I remember when it came out, like, it's not totally easy, but then again, you can make a pretty janky smiter and still do fine with it. So
yeah, but the Ubers that the Pluggy people are doing aren't the way it is online. It's like isn't it missing all of the enemies and it only has the bosses in there?
yeah, that's too easy. Yes, I feel like it's a little bit overpowered, right?
It's just basically like a free +2 to skills and all resists, and you
Yeah.
don't really do the normal thing. But I don't judge. It's like it's someone else's free time. However you want to build your character, whatever.
Yeah. Is this going on too long? I don't know how you want this to be. Like,
We can wrap it up soon. Because I got through all my topics list.
Not that we have like this huge audience that we have to please.
Dude, you have more people than me, so it's like anyone that watches my channel has definitely watched your channel. I'm pretty sure.
I don't even keep track of how many people. I don't have like I'm not into a measuring contest about it. Like,
I don't know how many subs you need to monetize your channel, but I guarantee I'm nowhere near it. I'm not even gonna worry about it. I use copyrighted music all the time. I'd have so many strikes on this channel.
Yeah, you do use. I know. I'm like, can you do
If I get more subs, there's gonna be a lot of videos taken down. So, just a heads up to everyone. Don't get into my channel.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know how to add. That's the other thing about my videos that I can't believe people watch them. Like, I actually got a new, but it's still a Mac, so I can't even play like Diablo 2 on my Mac now because it doesn't support 32-bit. So I'd have to like boot camp it to play it on my new computer. So I still have my old laptop that I like occasionally open up to play Diablo 2.
Oh, that's right.
That's
That one
yeah.
video where you started like a barb or something from scratch
Yeah.
because you had that weird version on the Mac, I guess.
And I tried to do that, and it really does like not work well. And I was like, shit. I really thought that was the solution to my problem, but maybe I'll have to boot camp the thing. Like, I don't know. Anyway, it's so that's one thing that's actually been keeping me from playing because it's not just like on my desktop and I can just click it and like load it up in 2 seconds. I have to like get out my old fucking computer and it's slow and shitty. But anyway, what I'm saying is my my videos are so janky because I don't know how to like make a thumbnail or like add music. I'm like technically kind of challenged actually. I'm really not good at computer stuff. And so I just like literally like opened up QuickTime and found out how to screen record and just talk straight into my microphone, which has like this huge, my old laptop is this hugely loud fan that just goes.
Oh, I remember. I remember.
And everyone's like, what the fuck? Like, this is terrible. I can't listen to this. I'm like, too bad, too bad. Don't listen to it. I don't care. Like, this is how it's going to be. And this is how I'm doing it. I just open up QuickTime. I remember one time, recently, some dude asked me, like, for help on, like, how to record stuff. And I'm like, bro, I just, like, did it literally the absolute simplest way that I could.
You came to the right place, my friend. You got QuickTime?
Yeah. Yeah, QuickTime. Literally, I use QuickTime. I have no idea what I'm doing, you know?
I use Windows, so I couldn't help you, but shoot, I like it, honestly, like, because there's a lot of over-edited stuff. I try to keep mine not too edited, but...
Yeah, and you know what? I'm fine with it. Most of the stuff I like is like, I don't mind things that are kind of janky and like fucked up. It's like, you know, what am I doing here? I'm making...
Yeah, you get right to the point, and I think that's totally fine. I like that.
Yeah, I'm making a video of a computer game character, you know, whatever, man.
All right, I'm gonna give you one last question. So, and we'll wrap this up because this is going on a little bit more than a half hour. I'm just guessing, but I want to ask: are you a fan of Eric Andre?
Oh yeah, I really like him.
Because
Yeah, he's
I
great.
always bird up in your video. I always hear.
I say that a lot. You know what? Because sometime in my life, it was just a strange thing where me and my brother, we knew some dude who said word, and it was like we were making fun of it, like, oh, word, like it's such a silly thing to say. But then I really started saying it not as a joke, and I say it all the time now, and I really can't stop.
You adopted it, yeah.
And then someone showed us bird up, and you know, I was saying word up, so I just started saying it became like an in joke with me and like two friends that I know that we would say bird up instead of word. So I just say it all the time now. Cool, man. And I talk to people all the time. I'm just like, bird up, gotcha.
You just slide it in there. I like it.
I say it all the time, and no one ever asks me about it, except once in a blue moon, someone will be like, do you listen to Eric Andre? Yeah, I do.
Oh my goodness, man. Well,
yeah, I love that video, Bird Up. It's so fucking funny.
He's got the green suit on. Yeah.
Yeah. It's such a funny. It's like they're not even gonna see me. They're gonna edit me out.
You'll just see a bird.
Yeah, they think it'll just be and then he does all this weird shit. It's one of those things that's like so stupid it becomes smart. It's really great.
What I liked about it was like he literally, like, so many people worship celebrities and he's on the opposite end of the spectrum. He just messes with them. I love that.
Yeah, it's like really, yeah. It's I call it it's lowbrow high art.
There we go. That's what I like. Well, man, thank you so much for doing this little interview. It was fun to chat with you.
Yeah, this is great. You know, it's good for my ego. People want to know me.
Oh yeah,
you know?
Stroke that ego. Go check out Kruggers13, guys. He's got over 1,000 subscribers, I think, and yeah, so many videos that'll help you if you're on a single player mission.
Big D2. I'm taking it over. I have occasionally thought of streaming, like, shouldn't, and then I just don't know even how to do it. And I also like don't want to show my face because I want to have a job.
Yeah, man. When I was streaming for the channel, and I was just like, this is exhausting, and I don't always want to be on camera either. So it's like you have to set a schedule, and if people like you, they'll want a schedule, and then it becomes this whole thing.
Yeah.
Not that people like me.
Anyway, yeah, I don't want to take up.
You're good, man. Well, thank you for joining me. I'm gonna wrap it up now, but thank you guys for watching. Kruggers, anything you want to say, promote your channel or anything like that?
Don't watch it.
All right, folks, there you go. Don't watch Kruggers at YouTube /Kruggers13. And that I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching.